What's up? It's your girl Dime from LyveLyfeRadio, and I'm here with the Supreme Soup. How you doing, Soup?
I'm chilling. I'm a little tired.
A little tired. It's all good. We're at Aloha in Queens right now. It's about to be a dope event. But first, I wanted to sit down with Soup and just, kind of get a better idea of who he is, more information about his music and all that, everything that he has coming up. So, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, you're from Binghamton. You said that it's kind of like far away, so you came all the way out here for this interview. So, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. All for the hustle.
Yeah, of course. So, who gave you the name Soup? You knew that I was gonna start there. Who gave you the name Soup, and where did they get it from?
All right, so one of my brother's friends, his name's Ian. I was probably like 5 years old. He just started calling me Soup, and then all his friends followed, like all the rest of them. I think it might have to do with me eating soup. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe, but it must.
But it just kind of stuck from there.
I don't remember eating that much soup, but it stuck, and here I am now.
Okay, maybe soup was a different word for sauce back then. So you had the sauce, you had the soup.
I got all the soup.
We gonna go with that. All right, cool. So I've never been to Binghamton in my life. So I've never even been upstate New York. I'm a city girl. So describe Binghamton, New York, and their music scene in 3 words.
Damn. The music scene, let's say, I can't say like negative things. I'm going to say regular. It's regular.
Okay.
Because you see a lot of weird stuff down here. People go a little bit outside of the box. New York got a billion different sounds right now. Binghamton is kind of on the trap R&B wave, but that's just like the mainstream. All right, my second word. Shit. Underground, but that's kind of like a whole different demographic, but it describes it different. And then I'm gonna say this isn't one word, but it's up and coming. It's on the rise. People from Binghamton, I know, are starting to make some moves.
Okay.
So yeah.
Is there anybody that I would know of that's came out of Binghamton recently?
The most well-known artist from Binghamton is probably, in terms of like hip hop or R&B, is Chris Perry, he's kind of, you know him? Yeah. So I saw him like last month. Shout out to Chris Perry.
Shout out to Chris.
I'm gonna have to shout out all my friends at the end of this.
Look, you'll have your time to do that. So where do you feel you fit into the scene in Binghamton?
I felt a couple years ago, I felt like kind of overlooked. I'm not really on that catchy wave. I'm more, technical. I have a lot of different things that I put into my lyrics. Okay. And people might not follow along, but I've kind of adjusted a little bit. Mm-hmm. Right now I feel like I'm getting a little bit more recognition. Okay. Especially, people from Binghamton University. I be around there a lot. Mm-hmm. I do a radio show at Binghamton University.
You host it?
Not right now, but I used to. Okay. I'm working on getting it back.
Okay.
So I'm an apprentice now. I'm trying to be a DJ in a couple months, to host my own show.
Who you studying under?
This guy named Will. Shout out to Will.
Shout out to Will. So in 2013, you signed to Project DCX, was it?
Yes.
What is that?
Well, DCX stands for Diverse Cultural Excellence. They formed a long time ago. Technically, if you want to trace it back to the roots, my guy Talon, he's from the Bronx. He had like a little crew that he wrote. They always did music. They did their thing. And then when they came upstate, formed a student group at Binghamton University. And I don't know the exact story, but it's kind of like that, And then they made Project DCX, which is like, DCX is the student group. Project DCX is for the artists. They have now a modeling, company, modeling division. It's yeah, you could say that. It's like still under Project DCX, I believe, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and are you still working with them?
Yeah, I'm still with them. We just did a fashion show at the end of.
I saw pictures.
Yeah, it was a few days ago. It was Sunday. Yeah, it was cool. It was dope.
You bagged any models?
Well, technically we're not allowed to,
Oh.
unless they're like outside models.
Right. Oh,
If they're ones that
the models you work with.
if they're like long-term models that we hire, we can't do that. But sometimes they fall off. They get lazy. I hope y'all ain't watching it.
Nah, they're gonna watch this.
They ain't gonna. I hope you don't watch this.
So you listed some of your influences as Bone Thugs and Harmony, Eminem, of course. So, real quick, all right. So I've seen pictures of you before, and I've also seen you perform before. But has anybody ever compared you to MGK?
No. Yeah.
I was about to say it's impossible.
No. Yeah. Like every day. Not every day, but you know what I'm saying.
How you feel about that? Because I know some artists don't like to be compared to anybody specific.
I don't. It's like whatever. If you look like somebody, you look like somebody.
Right.
But I don't really like his music. I'm not really into him, But if whatever.
It's fair. Okay, so Bone Thugs and Harmony and Eminem. Do you feel like, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, so do you feel like Bone Thugs and Harmony was your time or before your time?
I mean, they were before my time. I mean, I was only probably 6 or 8 years old when I started listening to them. Like first, like around the time like Thug World Order, they had that, but it wasn't like their biggest album. They already had like their big moment, and then they came back. They came back in 2007. So technically, I don't say their time was back then because they still have like moments and people still recognize them. It's weird. I still get hyped when I see that. When I saw them at the BET Awards, I was like, I felt like those were that's how much I liked them because I see them. I was like, oh shit, that's Bone Thugs. I felt like I saw my friends on TV.
Have you ever seen them in concert?
No, I wish someday.
One day.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then I remember you had submitted a video you did. I think it was for Recognize, for a review with our show, right? And so we had a time, back when we were still on air with WVMR. Shout out to WVMR. When we were on air with them, my DJ Black Bully, did a music video review for Soup's song Recognize. I don't really remember too much of what she said, but okay, what did she say?
She ain't like it. But, well,
how'd that make you feel?
I actually didn't. I embraced it. At first, I was like, damn. I'm like, damn. It really, because when people say like, oh, it didn't make me feel anything, that's what she said.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple of friends say that about my last album. I was like, that's okay because it gives you room to improve. It's like, all right, you didn't like that, but watch this next thing. I wouldn't really want to be the dude who comes out being amazing and just, have no room to ascend. But like, I like to, the same thing about my album. It wasn't like my friend told me, he's like, oh, didn't really make me feel anything. I'm like, well, that only gives me room to make you feel it with the next one,
Okay. Well, I mean, how do you feel? Like, what is most of your content about that you rap about?
Mostly, I try to be. Because
I know most of it is lyrics, pretty much. Everything is bars, but is there any specific content that you reach into?
Mostly, I think I talk a lot about just what I'm going through, like music, just about music. Like life, depression. I try to have every song be about something a little bit different, but it can be like relationships, and I do a lot of relationship metaphors, like last song or the Undeniable, I put that out. That was kind of a metaphor, you know, or at least the video. Speaking of which, she should review that video because that video was way better than the
What's it called?
Undeniable. Not to say. All right. First of all, let me say, my son Jake directed Recognize.
Okay.
I think Recognize is a dope video, but personally, Breakdown. He did Breakdown too. That was my first one. That was definitely better than Recognize in terms of just like creativity and variety. So she should review those ones too.
Also, I'm going to get a little bit controversial, just a little bit. And this is why people like to interview with me, because I ask the questions other people are not going to ask. So, being white in rap, do you feel like you are at any type of advantage or disadvantage compared to all of the other rappers that are, black or just have been, I don't know, there's a, people describe it as a different type of hunger or a different type of approach to it. So, do you feel like there's anything specific that gives you an advantage or a disadvantage compared to other people?
Definitely, I have an advantage. Especially like look at Eminem. You know, if you're white, you're gonna sell more. That's what the media is kind of like pushing. And white people are like the same thing with like Iggy when J. Cole talking about Iggy winning the award, like, yeah, I'm a part of that. I can have that privilege too. I'm white. There's that advantage. So I know that. So the way I felt, like any disadvantages that I felt, I used to feel like it just made me not cool. Like, oh, I'm white. I'm not cool.
Okay.
It's weird because it's like what the people want and what the media pushes. Mm-hmm. The people want, blackness, which is cool because, I mean, I can't lie. When I see, like, to talk about, like, Black Panther, when I saw that, I'm like, this is a black-ass movie, and I fuck with it. Because you don't see that a lot. You don't see that normalized a lot. So it's like, when I see that, I'm like, okay, I can fuck with that. I don't feel offended like a lot of white rappers do by just people's perception of hip hop and how people feel about white rappers. A lot of white rappers are gonna be like, oh, nobody loves me. That's how I used to feel. Now I just don't care.
Do you feel like rappers of other races don't take you as serious?
I don't feel like that now anymore. I used to feel like that. That's what I'm saying. Like after now, I feel like people are fucking with me a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So now I don't feel that. I feel a bit more accepted. So I appreciate people's love.
Okay, that's good. Um, what is WHRW?
That is the radio station at Binghamton University.
Oh, okay.
So I started doing a show with a man named DJ Silent Swag a few years ago. He had his own show called The Power of Silence. We did that for 2 years. Then DJ Anti-Zero, shout out DJ Anti-Zero, who did The Selection, which lasted not that long, and after that we kind of disappeared. Okay. And I missed it. So that's why I'm back doing my apprenticeship.
Okay. That's what's up. What are your goals for that? What's your goals for being in radio, being a DJ?
Take over the university. No. Well, yeah.
Do you go there?
No, I don't. A lot of people think I do. A lot of people already know I don't. But basically my affiliation is I do the radio, thing there. And I do a lot of events like the fashion show that we did and various other things.
Okay, so it's kind of like a subcontractor with the school. So you guys are able to, come in and do your thing, but you're not actually part of the school.
Because of the student group, which gives us the connection.
Okay, that's cool. So you wanted to talk a little bit about family and relationships. Yes. So tell me more about that. What exactly, do you feel you have to sacrifice a lot when it comes to your family and relationships?
I was afraid of that. Like, that was my biggest fear, especially when I travel down here. I'm like, damn, someday, if I get big enough,
When?
when I get big enough, I'm going to have to see them a lot less.
Right.
I'm going to not be able to see them a lot. And that kind of scared me. But now it's like, yo, any sadness that I'm feeling, like any depression that I'm really feeling is just like the fact that I don't feel like, or I used to not feel like I'm doing anything. You know, I need progress. I need growth to make me happy. And I need to stay busy, most importantly. When you stay busy, you can stay happy a lot easier. But so I was worried about that. Now, all my cousins, they moved across the country. They moved to another region or whatever. So it's like it wouldn't be like any weird thing for me to be global. It would probably be weird for me to be famous, but the traveling part is not.
What's the difference to you between being global and being famous?
Well, being global, you can be a person who travels for a living. You could be.
You think you can do that without having fame? Especially if you're in the music field, it's different because there are a lot of people that are like bloggers and stuff, and they blog about traveling and stuff. So they go around the world, but they're not necessarily famous. But they also don't do something that places them on a stage and in front of people.
You can travel regardless. Like, you can, if you really want to push yourself, then yeah, go across the country and do a show. Go to South by Southwest or whatever. But so that's what I mean. Global, I just mean strictly traveling. Like, fame, and I know people who are known who probably haven't even left Binghamton. Well, Binghamton fame. I'm gonna say New York State.
Okay.
There's probably a lot of artists in New York who have attention but probably haven't left yet.
Right.
You know, like
That's a lot of them.
my friend was telling me people. He's like, oh, we were in Harlem. He's like, oh, all these dudes, these blocks. This is all these guys know. They've never been outside these blocks because of the corner stores. You get everything you need within a few blocks. So yeah, that's why I'm here. And hopefully be able to get further. I wouldn't. Main reason I feel so comfortable coming to the city is because all my friends that I know here. Okay. You know, I got my man Mo Preem, who's the first person that brought me out to the city. Took me to Brooklyn. He lives in Flatbush. Shout out Mo Preem. Like, in fact, me and Preem, we so close. I slept at his house most times that I've been here. The whole reason I really started taking this seriously is because we formed our duo One Supreme, which is Soup and Preem put together. Before I was the Supreme Soup, I was just Soup, and he was just Preem. Magic. So
Magic.
No, just a coincidence. And then I got Butteroo, who I'm gonna see later tonight. Shout out to Butteroo. So,
I think I know him.
Yeah, not Buttercool.
No, I know. There's another guy named Butteroo. I knew him a while ago, like years ago though.
Yeah, Butteroo.
Like before he started rapping. Like when he just started rapping. Like seriously.
Yeah, he that's my dog too. So I got a lot of people. That's why I'm so comfortable coming out here, is because of all the people that I know. Hopefully I can meet people in another city.
All right, so Money Talks Battle League. What's that about? You a battle rapper now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I used to do this thing called Blacktop Battles, which was this little thing we did. I've done 2 battles so far.
Did you win?
Yes, I won them both. Against my man Imperial. Shout out Imperial. Shout out to Logic, the Black Dog Holiday. Sorry for the loss I handed to you. But that kind of like died out because we wanted to be more serious. We wanted to start at a bigger event. And I wasn't, when I say we, I just mean I'm just a battler. I didn't organize these events. They formed a new thing called Money Talks Battle League. This guy named Flo and this guy named Burnout. Now, I was supposed to battle Burnout April 20th. But earlier this week, he passed away. So, yeah, and I got to give a major shout out, you know, even though he ain't here right now, but just to say it, you know, rest in peace to Burnout. He put a lot of work into this event, and now he's not here to experience it. So, and I'm gonna battle someone else in his place. I'm gonna make sure it's proper,
Yeah.
and yeah. So that's gonna be April 20th.
Where at?
It's gonna be in Binghamton, in the American Legion, which is on Main Street. And any of my Binghamton people watching this, you know where to look. So.
Dope. Do you feel like it was intentional switching to a scene that better it caters to a crowd of people that better analyzes and listens to your lyrics rather than, a general, fan base that may not necessarily be listening to what you're saying, they're just listening to how you say it?
I think it was because I remember telling my friend, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna start battling because that's how people used to build their buzz.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you go to a battle, there's people watching, they'll listen to what you're saying, and so yeah, it was intentional, and that's how I got into that. I started looking for people to battle. I'm like, yo, where the battles at? Hook me up. And then I did it, and I did way better than I thought I would. I thought I'd be nervous, but it's like, yo, that's my niche, and coincidentally, like when I started linking up with Pedro Escobar, who's doing he did my last video, and he just shot another one a couple months ago that I'm about to put out. He works with Loaded Lux, or he did work with Loaded Lux, and Head Ice. Met Head Ice a couple, last time I was here, and he's cool. He's cool. He just be chilling with his ski mask. So I showed the battle between me and Logic. I'm not gonna. He liked it. I'm gonna say he liked it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say he liked it.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's definitely good. I remember I had Cortez on the show, and we had this whole debate about whether or not being in battle rap is kind of a dead end almost, because once you're a battle rapper and you're successful in battle rap, you kind of stay in battle rap. It's very hard to transition from that into a mainstream career. So do you feel like, I mean, he kind of agreed and then also said that wasn't the case. So do you feel like, that's something that you're prepared to kind of risk?
I always thought that. I was like, yeah, where I'm at right now, it's like, yeah, I could start battling. I could build up my buzz, but I felt like it would be a quicker way. I don't know for sure, but it feels like that. As a battler, it's really hard to be thought of as a serious mainstream music artist, which, it's like Loaded Lux. He's pretty much like the dude who's, I think, is taken most seriously with his music, as far as battlers go. But I don't know everybody, but that's, when you say, most popular battle rapper, I think Loaded Lux, Okay. But then there's dudes like Eminem who's kind of did that, but wasn't really, I don't think that was really his thing.
Right.
But if it's your thing, it's difficult to really get to the top like that. You know what I mean?
Definitely. All right. So tell me more about Opus. That's their new album that's coming out.
Yeah. So Opus, it's gonna come April 21st. Okay. I got one more single to drop, and it's just a matter of time for that happens. And then so Opus, reason I call it Opus is because it's like an anagram of soup. Opus means like a work of art, or a piece of artistic work.
Right.
And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna name it Opus. Original name I had for it was like something of undeniable purpose, but that was just too long.
It's very long, but that's actually dope.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't know. I just liked Opus. Opus came in my head. I was like, oh shit, that's dope. So I did that. It's gonna be, I got like 20 tracks. It's a double disc thing. So yeah.
All right. Well, make sure y'all look out for that. Let them know where they can find you on social media.
Instagram, Real Soup. Twitter, SOUPNY. And my Facebook page is facebook.com/Soup is on the rise.
Nice. Do you have any quick shout outs you want to make?
Damn. Shout out to Butteroo. Shout out to Mopreme. I already shouted them out, but I'll do it again. You know, shout out to DCX. Shout out to the world.
The world. Yeah, so make sure y'all follow Soup and stay tuned for Opus. Make sure you cop that when it releases. This is your girl Dime. This is Live Life Radio. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at @the_Dime. That's Dime with a Y, not an I. And follow us on Instagram at LyveLyfeRadio. That's LYVELYFERadio. Shout outs to RTS Media behind the camera holding me down. You already know what it is. We'll be back next time. That was actually